Well, here we are at Newbridge Lakes, just short near Burstwick, near Hull. It wasn't a bad drive down, was it? It was alright, no traffic at all, was there?
Wasn't too bad, was it? It got an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah, hour and 20 minutes, and that's about average, I think, an hour and 20 minutes for here. Lake's quite full, to be honest. Most of the pegs are taken now, aren't there? Well, actually, I think there's only about one peg spare, and that's peg 2. It looks good for a bite. We've got hot rods out at last. Took us a while, didn't it?
Good couple of hours, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm taking bar around 45 minutes. But yeah, we're all set now. Kettle's on. Just steaming a few rigs. Rods are in position. We'll be redoing them with bags on and with the areas with a little trickle of bait in. I'm now on the tar baits. I've got the squid and orange with me, so hopefully that does me a fish. You're on
Nash again.
Yeah, Nash instant action stuff that I was on when we was at Raker. So it looks good for a bite. All the wind is pushing down that end and all this area is flat calm. So if the carp are going to be anywhere, it's going to be in the water that hasn't seen much wind and where the sun warms up first. It's not cold really, is it? Just that wind's a bit chilly.
We chose a challenge on Facebook for you that entered it. We'll take you through the challenge and what we're doing to try do the challenge. Once
we've recast rods, we'll show you what rigs we've got for that challenge. I know we had a few comments, didn't we? We already had our venue set. I would have maybe done that railway one, try and get a double out railway. That was quite a good one. But we've just set up at Newbridge, so you've got inch stiff rigs on, haven't you? I've got a multi rig on, and I've got an inch stiff rig on as well, and then I've got a wafter on middle rod just to see what's happening. But apart from that, it looks good. And I think 4 fish have only come out so far this year, all down the other end, so it makes you wonder. But hopefully that the bigger fish are up this end, because nothing. Biggest has come out is £14, 14.6 I think biggest. So if the big ones are up this end, I'm pretty sure me and Dean will either pick one up. Real nice and calm and looks good for a bite.
Darren from Carp is coming down at morning.
Oh yeah, Darren's
24
coming.
hours.
Did double up with my dad in 7 and 8, and that peg is literally right down the far end of the lake.
It's as far as there could be in it, really.
Yeah. Apart from peg 1, but that's about it really.
As we say, when we recast our rods, we'll run you through the rigs and the challenge.
All in detail as well, not just a multi-rig. You've seen all that before. Well, you obviously have seen it before, but I want to show you it because some people do struggle with certain rigs. I know a lot of people struggle with inch stiff rig, don't they? Getting whipping knot and stuff like that.
So we'll show you how we time and everything as well after we've got rods out for night and that. So yeah, we'll get rigs to you and that soon.
Right, see you in a bit.
Right, so I'm just going to run you through the rig that I'm using for the competition. As you know, the competition was to catch a brace of mid-double upper commons on pop-up rigs. So this is the rig. It's a simple hinge stiff rig tied out of the Advanced Angling Solutions size 8 choddy hook and the Advanced Angling Solutions choddy material. I've just got a little bit of end trap soft to push it away from the lead. The bait is critically balanced, so as the lead hits the water and hits the bottom, it'll go like that, and the pop-up will sink really slowly, so it'll sit on top of any debris, sit on anything, and then it will be the perfect presentation every time, no matter what it's landing on. We basically know what sort of spot it's fishing on anyway. It's quite a hard bottom, so I was thinking, if I don't get much on this, I'm just going to shorten the hinge stiff rig a bit, just by about another ½ inch, and hopefully that'll sneak me a carp or two. I think Kel will run you through his in a little while, but that's the rig I'm using for the challenge.
Well, Dean just ran you through his rigs, and he's on the inch stiff rigs, and for the challenge I've opted out for the multi-rigs, which is basically the same thing. Well, it sits the same, this is just tied different. A big loop threaded onto the eye of the hook, bob a putty and pass it on the hook, so it allows you to change the hook whenever that hook's blunt. It sits just like that off the bottom, nice and proud. And then the squid and orange pop-ups from tar baits, extremely buoyant. I done out all night last night, and it was still super buoyant this morning, so I'm just reloading the pop-ups, dropping a bit shorter this time because I received a few liners last night, so that should hopefully get me a bite. And I'm going to be on a little change of this. I'm just showing you this one because I just took this off the rod. I'll be using one a little bit shorter than this and one with a little 10mm Glastonbury special pop-up. If I pick a bream up on it, I had to first, at least there's fish over my area. You can probably hear Dean casting it background, he's just leading around. I'll do a bit of leading around later on today because at the moment the sun is absolutely smashing into our swims. It must be about 10, feels about 10 degrees, and this is why he's struggling for camera quality. But there's the rig.
Right, so we've got rods out for night now. It's getting a bit chilly now, isn't it?
Dropped a few degrees. It's got dark quick as well. 5 minutes ago you could see the other side, now you can't. We've received, well, we think the liners, just odd blips now and again. You had a blip about 5 minutes ago, didn't you? Yeah. Nothing's been caught. Been relatively quiet. But hopefully we should get one. Hopefully we'll get one through the night. A fish or a bream rolled about 100 yards out into Oxmidlet Lake. So
can't even see it far back now, can
no, nothing. Can't see now. Hopefully something will happen tonight, or something will have a sign. Well, I think if we are getting liners, then the fish are patrolling down a deeper channel, so if we still receive liners through the night, we might have to drop shorter than what we are to see if we can pick them up. Just drop singles into the gully.
We haven't put much bait out.
No, we haven't put much out at all. I just put a few sponfuls out because seagulls just muller it. So I just got a few of them out. And because there's a bar that runs across, it's about 35 yards out where the lily pads are, maybe a bit more. And if the fish are in between us and the lily pads up and down the margin. It's about 12 foot there instead of being about 10 or 8 on the bar, so we might have to drop in there, and we'll see how it goes for night. So if we get one in the night, we'll obviously let you know. Then we might have to sack it up if it's too dark, but hopefully we'll be able to get some lights on fish. So it's Saturday morning. What time is it, Dean? I don't actually know what time it is.
11:15.
11:15. It's a lot warmer than it was yesterday, but the wind's picked up coming behind us. New wind. We've had a few liners this morning, haven't we? I had a bream last night, just as it was getting dark. I just literally knocked it in water and put it back. It was only about half a pound, if that. A guy in peg 2, I think he had a 15 pounder. I don't know if it was a mirror or common. It's quite quiet for everyone else, nothing. I think a guy had a bream as well, peg 36, I'm not sure. That's about it so far.
It's looking good for a bite, isn't it?
It's definitely looking good for a bite at the moment. Ours is the sunniest part lake. As I say, the wind has changed direction, but that's not a problem because it's not in our faces. So if the fish are around here, they should be on the feed with this water warming up.
Apparently part at lake for last night.
Oh yeah, in front of, was it peg 4? Or one of them pegs down the far end, it was froze up a little bit, which is a bit of a surprise because it didn't get too cold last night. We only had a tiny bit of frost on landing nets, didn't we?
Yeah, it wasn't bad at all, was it really?
No, has it rained throughout night? But hopefully, after that bream was on my spot last night, hopefully Carp will have her investigating there if something's been feeding on there. And while we're just talking about the spots, I'm about 50 yards out on. I'm about 50 yards out, aren't I? Just about 50 yards. 50 yards out, and little miniature spawn, putting some chops and whole baits in there, and I've put 2 and 3 on the spots. It's only like, what is it, 8 baits?
Something like that, yeah.
8 baits, so it's only about 20 baits in the area. So it's not much bait, and you're just flicking them out.
For people that know the lake and know the pegs, there's an island to the right hand side. I've just got my left hand rod towards that now.
Yeah, just as wind it starts to whistle.
And then my right hand rod just towards the tree line, towards a couple of snags.
Tucked up away, see if there's any fish hiding away in that margin.
Looks like a nice carpy spot, like, so hopefully we can sneak 1 or 2 out.
Hopefully, that'll be planned. We need commons for the challenge, but to be honest, this time of year, and up this end at this time of year, any fish will do really, except for another bream. So I don't want another bream. Just slime everything up. So we'll get back to you if you have any other updates. We'll do the update for other stuff later on, and that's it.
It's time for some bacon. Well, as we said, we're just going to run you through the challenge that we're doing. It's submitted by Jordan Price. It was to catch a brace of mid-double or upper commons on pop-up rigs, wasn't it?
Yeah, any pop-up rig of your choice, D-rig, pop-up rig, chod rig, any stiff rig. List is endless.
So I decided to put 2-inch stiff rigs out, and I think you put...
I've got, just had it in my hand now, don't know if you can really see. Got a little multi-rig there, that's what I've got out. With a little pink pop-up on, about 50 yards out to the area, so hopefully we nick a fish. The wind is absolutely hammering down that corner, and that's the only end that's fishing, believe it or not. It must be 3 degrees colder down that end than it is up this end, and I'm just thinking, if any fish come out today, it's going to be from up this top end.
It looks a lot better.
It looks really carpy, yeah. Mind you, there's a lot more snags down that end, which could be keeping it warmer, but the wind hacking down there, it froze as well, didn't it? It froze over a little bit this morning, and the fish came out last night, so it's odd, very odd indeed. because I know a lot of carp anglers turn up to this lake, see wind smashing down there, looks cold, it is colder, you see sun up here, no wind. A lot of people, oh, straight up this end, and think they'd be having it off, but nothing. Very odd.
So we'll get back to you with fish, with updates and everything.
It'd be nice to complete the challenge, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Because this challenge isn't just a one-off. I think we're going to introduce this challenge every time we go fishing, aren't we? So say if someone says, oh, just use plastic, or go to somewhere and catch a double figure. I think the double figure from Railway Pond, I think that'll be one of our that's one of our challenges for the future. But I know that a lot of challenges, we'll pass a lot of challenges, but we'll probably fail quite a few as well, just for being venues and fish opportunities, especially in winter.
Doesn't help with weather like at all, does it?
No, especially not when we're fishing somewhere that goes down to 27 foot deep, and it is hard work finding the fish. But I reckon if the fish are within an area of us, I think we'll catch one. It can happen in the space of 10 minutes. 5 fish can just randomly turn up, you can have a double run. And that's how it can happen. It's like when I was at Reka, I wasn't getting out. I had 2 within an hour of each other.
First 24 hours we didn't have that, did we?
Yeah, and then an hour within each other I had 2 runs, so...
That was... last one was whilst lake was ice, wasn't it?
Yep, so it just all depends when the fish move through. They'll probably move less in deeper water, because they don't need to, but like at Reka it's 4 or 5 foot all over in it. And they have to move to keep warmer.
So we'll get back to you with everything.
And hopefully the next time you see us, well, Dean, or hopefully Dean will be holding a nice common. So
see you soon.
Yep. Quite shallow.
Yeah. Right, so it's about 6 o'clock.
Yeah, it's bang on 6 o'clock, something like that.
Callum's just had Brian about 20 minutes ago, something,
Yeah,
didn't you? Got rods out for night now. I wouldn't say it's looking as good as it was last night, would you?
Clouds have gone over earlier and it's dropping. Don't have a frost tonight and maybe some margin ice. But mind you, we've been fishing before and caught framite right under ice. Just depends where fish are. Nothing's been out all day. Not until from last night. Been really quiet today. And Dad's had a few liners here and there. But that's about it. Same tactics as what we had earlier with the multi-rigs and inch-stiff rigs. So we'll get back to you if we have out fruit night. Well, it's final morning at Newbridge, just cooking some bacon. We're packing up in next hour or so. Nothing fruit night, no one had anything, really quiet again. It dropped colder last night, didn't it?
A lot colder, yeah.
Still no ice on water like, so that's good. Absolutely nothing, except for I had a little activity up middle rod, but apart from that, absolutely dead. People are moving on to peg 7 and 8, some would add on that. They have to be off, but we're alright for a bit later. So hopefully we might sneak a fish in the next hour.
Rods are going to be out for another hour and a half.
Yeah, Rod's staying there now, not moving them, they're staying there. But if it's going to happen, it's going to happen in the next hour like it always does. Which is a bit of a shame, but a fish will do. I've only had 2 bream. Pan looks a bit messy. So we'll get back if we have out, and then see you next time.
Well, we were just watching ourselves back on that little morning thing. Realised battery on camera's near enough dead, so we thought it'd end it around here.
Yeah, we're going to have to end it around here because camera's not going to last. It's done well, like.
We wouldn't be fishing again in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, we'll be out again in a few weeks. This time our plan is definitely Manor, because we said it was our plan ages ago and we never got round to it. But next session out will be hopefully Manor. We'll definitely have a few trips back to Raker, see if Dean can break his fucking Raker blanks, because that's just how it goes sometimes. I know you'll do that at some point this year.
13, 14 nights sort of fishing it.
Yeah, I've only done how many nights? I had done 2 nights at Raker and blanked, because one night it was minus whatever, lake froze, and then the other one was in when it was just not fishing whatsoever, no one had caught out. But we're definitely on Manor, can't wait to get back on Manor. Proper little intimate little water, so it's not like our fishing here, just chuck them out and find the deeper areas and find the bars. In here it's proper intimate fishing. We know where the fish go, know all the patrol routes, don't we? Everything we know about Manor. We're going to show you a lot of stalking this year, because we've got all the camera equipment, we've got tripods, so it makes life a lot easier. Just have little socials down at Manor, it's going to be real good. Hopefully you'll be driving by midsummer.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah.
Even though Dean's a year younger than me, but hopefully we'll pre-bait Manor, get some proper good sessions on Manor and have a few. So we'll see you next time, and hopefully we'll break the blanking streak.
If you've got any challenges which need posting, there should be a post on Facebook, shouldn't there, saying when we're next fishing?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
If you want to follow the challenge, just post it in the comments, and you never
Fire
know,
away.
might get chosen. But yeah, we'll see you next time.
On the competition runs out next week, doesn't it? End of next week, so we'll pick our winners.
Last day of month.
Yeah, last day of month, pick our winners. Any packs of hooks of your choice, and was it 3 packs?
3 packs of any.
3 packs of any hook of your choice. The lucky winner. So hopefully you win on there, and then we'll see you next time.